Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hello, friends. I'm Grippel in the Mainstream Media.
And I'm the Riz.
And, you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. You know where we can find that?
Yes.
In the Wrestling Ham.
That's right.
Member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/awesomecast. It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorga at Sorgatron on the social medias here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ready to hang out with all of you tonight. And with me, back on the show, it's been a few weeks. The Gutters is with us. Welcome back.
I wish you would have seen my face when you just started gets geeky, and I was like, ah.
I'm looking down and I'm like, oh no, it's running out. Where we got to get going? Oh, I've got something on in the background. That doesn't help. We had some problems here. Hey, this is a late start, and we're not on Facebook. So, man, Vimeo's been weird lately, and I got some kind of weird state, and it only works for this show. So I forgot it was a problem from last week. So we're still not on Facebook, but we'll figure that out before next week probably. We'll see. It's a process, especially when the process breaks down, and it's good practice. That's why we're so good when things start falling apart around us, because we do this every week. Anyways, let's get Katie. You have been out in the woods for several days, and I'm really curious. Did you take the swing and update all your OSs on your devices before you left?
I was barely getting text messages of one bar of LTE.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was not happening.
Did
you?
I did something that I have not done in a while. I day one'd my iPhone and my MacBook. So
what?
Yes, and I'm a big I didn't update into the last Mac OS major update until maybe April or May of this year. Mm-hmm. So to drop that straight now, so understand, as we've been detailing on this show the last couple of weeks, I basically have a brand new computer because they replaced the entire logic board, so I was starting from scratch. So I didn't have a lot of cruft in there. I don't have a Parallels installation or anything, so I'm like, screw it, let's go. And I have been honestly, I think my phone is hanging less since it's updated OS. My laptop, I'm loving. I talked a little bit about this phone mirroring features on the first day, last Tuesday. I actually have a little more that I've been actually using it pretty on the regular, and I can talk about this. I kind of want to put it on my Mac Mini, but I know that's a bad idea because that is my production computer and my last ditch if something goes weird with editing, kind of situation. So yeah, I just need to work on an editing project and make sure there's no weird hangups somewhere along the line here on the new OS, because that's been the issue, because I've literally had an update to an OS and all the videos on Final Cut glitched for months. Everything I brought off cameras glitched for an entire SAE season. So I had to import the MTS files, which do not do good on Macs, and reprocess everything. It was such a pain. And if things fell out of alignment with the proxy settings, it's one of those you click a button and pinwheel for 5 minutes just because it can't handle those files. It's something about the format, right? It's nothing about the power. It's the format, of these MTS files. I don't get it. You have to plug it in and make it turn it into an MP4 or MOV or whatever it is. So anyways, that's my fear is going back to those days and getting stuck again. So, but it's well past the travel season. Well, I don't know. The travel season's all year now, isn't it? So,
Yeah, it doesn't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop.
yeah, there's breaks in there at least. At least it's not all at once like it used to be. I don't know. It depends on how you look at the schedule. So anyways, have you had a chance to update since you got back?
No, I have not, but I was
Oh.
very confused by my FaceTime earlier because I didn't update anything. But for the first time, it was like doing oh gosh, I'm gonna completely blanking out where it's showing. It'll use this to essentially show what's happening down here. So it's me and down here, and I can't remember what it's called, but it was some weird app or not app, whatever.
So basically,
what is
you talk about the thing where it just brings up the camera on your phone instead of the one on your laptop.
Maybe. I don't know. I was like, stop trying to connect, and I was yelling at it a lot. That's kind of what my day
That
is
seems right.
on.
That seems right. That's like me for the 3 hours on chat with Disney and Verizon yesterday. That's for Patreon, baby, later. So, it is wild. Verizon, you got to get something together there. The short of it is Verizon was showing me an offer that it no longer existed and that I was supposed to be on. And I was like, "You got a detachment, but Patreon. I'll maybe get into it if we have time, if you want to hear about it." So, anyway, so let's get into some positive things, some geeky things. Katie, let's start. We haven't had a truly Dutters pick for a while here, and I think you definitely need to full on Dutters this.
I do not think I talked about this yet. This is my 3 foot tall inflatable Hello Kitty skeleton.
3 foot tall.
It's adorable.
So
it is very adorable.
Is that going out on the porch with the skeletons?
Eventually.
If you're on audio, she just shifted her camera and it's right beside her.
It's my friend. Hello. So yeah, if you would like to know the size, that's my hand.
You are sitting on the floor next to it, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so
no, that'd
there
be
you go.
hilarious. I'm like standing and.
Oh, I know, right? So sitting Dutters for scale. You have to do the rest of the show from that angle now.
Hello Kitty just chilling with me.
It's going to
Yes, that's
really
Hello Kitty.
confuse the CapCut AI when I plug this in here.
I can't wait. But yeah, my friend is from Lowe's.
Mhm.
I think she was just like it's $35.
Yeah.
And which isn't. I mean, I like it. It seems quality. I haven't put her outside yet, but she's inside. I'm betting it.
Is it an inside cat or an outside cat?
Outside cat. Currently, she's an inside cat. I fucking just like scooch her over like the whole show. Like, hey guys, I need more light. There we go.
Hold on. Let me light this. Let me give some more front lighting, some side
There we
light
go.
situation.
There
I don't even
we
know.
go.
Is that a purple light in there, or is it a?
No,
I can't tell through the.
It's white.
Okay,
It's
it
just
is
trying to be purple.
okay. I didn't know if the camera's messing with it or what. There.
I'm just like, boop. It's got a little weight at the bottom. So look,
good.
the wind's not going to knock it over. It comes with some ground stay. Let's test the durability of a kitty next to me. But yeah, not going anywhere. So this is nice. Decent length of cord. Took like 2 seconds to inflate.
Oh, really? Is it a self-inflating deal or?
Yeah, you just plug it in and it's like,
Oh, it's got
And,
like a little like I never set one up before too. So it's basically like a bounce house situation.
yes. Oh, it's got some weight in the bottom. There's the weight. Yeah, it's got a little she even got a tail.
Mm.
That's incredible.
Anatomically tail correct, I suppose.
Oh, there we go. Ta-da. But yes, that's all. Inflatable Hello Kitty that I really like, and she will be going outside on the porch eventually. And but right now she's in the house sitting next to me.
Wonderful. You can get that at Lowe's. It's $35. We'll have the link.
Yes. Well worth it. I'm just the rest of the show just that much of
No,
Hello
I
Kitty.
love it. I love it. Well, the thing is, when we do the TikToks, it's gonna cut off, and we're like, why she got that weird glow on her side of her face?
What's she doing?
Yes.
It's nice. It's nice.
Oh, that's amazing. So I finally get to show off something. So when Amanda and Steve were in from San Diego a few weeks ago, and I think she had told me about then, or maybe she had shared it on the Slack or something. Something called Notch Nook. Now I don't have the new phone yet, although I just had to reset the payment today because which means it should be shipping soon. By the way, Missy has her phone. She picked hers up Friday. But my since I got the high end one, but she got a Pro, but I got a Pro Max with a terabyte, so I got to wait until like at least next Wednesday to have it shipped in. But anyways, so whatever. I got an update on my 13, and it's been kind of nice so far and everything. But I don't have the island because you've shown me the island on your phone, where a lot of cool stuff kind of comes out from it and it interacts and things like that, right? So like a version of that, like I have the MacBook Pro and you do as well. So now what we have over here, and there we go. We'll see what's going on with Hello Kitty. Now if you move up to the top, and this is actually a little weird because it's HDMI'd in, so I don't actually see the physical Nook anymore. On this, but the idea is you pull up here where your Nook is, and it expands out to a whole system here. Now you got a little bit of a media player. You can put some shortcuts in here. You have a mirror that will load in a second. That uses your camera. You can be like, I don't know, if you want to just check yourself out or something like that in this little window kind of situation at the top here. And then you can add a calendar and other things like that. You can throw a file tray on here. So just just like a little something to, I don't know why that is cutting out when I hit tray. For some reason, it wasn't doing this before. Maybe because I have things HDMI'd. But anyways, yeah. So it's a nice little like functional thing that pulls out of it. It's from IO Cafe. You can do like a monthly subscription for this, but the lifetime is just $25. Honestly, I'd say just drop the $25. That feels like it's a lot simpler that way for something like this. And support developers and stuff like that too. So it's got a lot of settings, so you can kind of play with the interactions and what kind of files and things that you get to put in there. But I think that's pretty cool because you do get like that live activity. Oh, when you go to do media, let's pull up our AwesomeCast, and we're going to hit play on that. And if you see a drop down at the top there, and you get sometimes you'll get a player or video image in the left. Like if I'm on YouTube and something with a thumbnail, but on the right you do get you do have like the audio kind of meter going, and can go up there, and you have an immediate play and pause without having to pull anything up. And of course it'll pull up and you can see Firefox browser, AwesomeCast 704 live, and you have a little bit of play controls going on there. Now this does feel redundant because I know, and I think have it here, like we do have like kind of a player drop down in Mac OS and have for a little bit. But that's part of Mac OS itself, and I believe it was on the last year's version as well, because we have all the control center and everything. But I like this. I don't know. It's just it's really gimmicky. Let's be honest about this. I don't know how truly functional it's going to be, but it is nice to, like, you have to get used to it. I did put it on my Mac Mini, which is kind of stupid because there's no notch, and now you've created a notch to cover things up. But it does, you can actually set it so it recesses up in, so it's not actually blocking anything on your upper bar. And, I got a lot of, I got iStat menu and stuff, so it takes up a lot of space at the top, and that's always been a frustration with the MacBooks. So that's been an issue there. But yeah, I just installed it like yesterday to see, like, oh shoot, I can just put this on my Mac Mini. It'll just drop out of the regular screen here, right? And yeah, it turns out, yeah, it does. And but although sometimes it's dropped down like it's its own. You know what? Why don't I just create this problem on every Mac computer I have? So, but yeah, no, thank you, Amanda RCC, for recommending that over there. And that's Notch Nook, and Notch Nook IO Cafe is going to be what you'll be looking up for that. And I'm trying to bring up the website now to give you a better look at that. So, yeah, and like I said, $3 a month sub if you want to do that, or $25. It's not through. They have their own kind of payment system through here, and there is what's the get 25% off? You can get 35% off, and because you can share a coupon. There you go. I did not get the 35% off, but that's okay. I want to support small developers anyways. So you can check out Notch Nook. Would you like a notch for your Nook?
Notch for my Nook.
A Nook for your notch?
It was funny because I definitely had salad before this, and I was way up in my camera looking at my teeth. So yeah, it would have came in handy.
See, there you go. I mean, who doesn't use
Well,
your iPhone camera as I don't do it enough to make sure there's not crap in my beard. Because this is why I don't like to travel for business alone. Because I'm just afraid I'm going to go an entire plane trip with something in my beard, and I'm that guy, right? So
like a small animal.
Like a small animal, yeah, exactly. Like a small Hello Kitty. It glows. That's 3 foot tall.
Just living in your beard.
Just living in my beard. A small baby.
What is those baby hippopotamuses? Have you seen that one yet?
I've seen videos of it. Yes.
No, hippopotamus just chilling in your beard.
What? I just think of I was watching some hardcore matches, and they use the most ridiculous items in these ones that we film with our friends at 2PW, and I just remember, and I think this is a part of his gender reveal match that he had, but I just remember there being like a little plastic babies for some reason instead of tacks, that they dumped out of a bag like you would tax when you're doing a hardcore match and stuff like that. So anyways, oh yeah, now the Nook is in front of all my tabs and I can't figure out how to get it off. It's functional, creates new problems. Listen, it's going to make your life interesting on the computer, okay? Nothing wrong with that. So let's give a shout out to our friends that do support this craziness. Patreon.com/AwesomeCast. So I didn't get the link out for the Patreon feed. It was juggling with whatever Vimeo was doing. But thank you to our friends at Patreon at the Coffee Club level, Cynthia Klosky, and our fans of the show, Michael Fedor, John DeGore, and Dave Bonner, spousal Ruth Julia Fair at RuthJuliaFair.com. You guys are supporting the show, helping keep the server running, and all that kind of stuff. And of course, maybe I'll just complain about Verizon customer service here afterwards. Actually, no, the negative and the positive with it. It's not all bad. It turned out okay. But anyways, just a lot of time to do it. Oh, Katie, let's go with some of your things here. Or do actually, no. Can we talk about what you discovered while we were on our last trip about, we've been doing a lot of social media and TikToks and YouTube shorts. And you started noticing something about our YouTube shorts that I started bringing up and putting in social media. Can you talk about your discovery here? And I'll see if I can pull up some examples.
YouTube Shorts will pick what it deems the most interesting cover image. It's going to like the little thumbnail for your image. And sometimes that thumbnail will have words on it because of the captioning. And it's not necessarily what you would pick for the thumbnail. It is what YouTube has determined would perform well on that. So we had some very interesting captions where it would just pick up random words, like it's sticky.
With the best facial expression.
Us knows about this guy. I follow wrestlers. Ha, ha.
And of course, these are like mid-conversation expressions if you're on audio. Here's just Dave Bonner looking square in the camera, blockchain all right.
And then Ponder, I have a palate cleanser.
American Lawnmower with Ponder. Yes, there you go. So I mean, I listened to all my podcasts, and it's when Ponder was in studio and was so colorfully dressed. There's just me saying like in a hotel room. Being mysteriously canceled, he says. Yeah, so your idea was like, let's just drop these on social media.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And also, I don't know how much people see the thumbnails. You know what I mean? I guess like I say that and then I immediately answer my question because like, oh no, you scroll through and you see a few thumbnails there. But like I feel like on TikTok everybody's like, oh, you gotta have a good thumbnail. It's just like, who's going to your profile? You know what I mean? Like I don't know that I feel like the general function is you're flipping through to the next video, whatever that may be. I could be wrong about that. You of course work a little more closely in the audience side of this, I suppose, right?
Oh yeah. Which one are we doing here? I'm just like looking through all of them now. There was one where Podner just looks like he's taking a nap, and there's one of Chilla's face that just says, "I don't know."
I don't. That goes with that Best Buy video. I don't know.
I don't know.
That generated one from like 15 years ago.
Oh, it was so fun.
Man, so that was kind of a fun discovery, and we're gonna play with that a little bit more. I don't think I can change them necessarily easily when we do shorts on YouTube, and I'm always concerned because I don't care what happens if I'm looking goofy with my eyes half open and my nose up, whatever, kind of thing. But I always feel bad when like you or Chilla or Podner have like the worst, like, I mean, that one, the sticky one is although that is a great YouTube face. Honestly,
yep.
Like that is probably gonna that probably got clicks just because of that thumbnail.
100%.
I should just like I should cut that image out and slap it on any video that has you on it as your representative idea there. So that was fun. So
oh my gosh.
So watch.
I'm laughing at the one that's your recent top video is, or one of your most recent shorts is from the Baja, Michigan, SAE, Michigan. And it's just like half of my body, me posing dirt, and it says, "There's a lot of cool." Glad it has 434 views.
I see it here. Yeah. This is the kind of thing we're dealing with. We did, and the next one bite is we did find the jousting. So yes.
We did find the jousting.
We definitely did find the jousting. So having fun with that side of things. Katie, you have a couple stories here. Tell me about the Google Doodle. You were playing with this a little bit before the show.
Yes, the Google Doodle. So the Google Doodle is popcorn, and it's a fun game because who doesn't love popcorn? And essentially, you're trying to compete against everyone who is playing around the world, and you just try to not become popcorn. You're little kernels of corn, and you try to move about the screen. I like the music. I don't know if you can hear the music, but it's like very like...
Yeah, I don't really have it piped in right now.
Oh, it's great. It's like compete against 59 players, and then you have to use your little keyboard, and you go, la, 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 la.
Skip that. Screw it. I'll just skip the tutorial. I'm going to go solo in this thing. I'm going to be whatever that one is. I'm finding my players. Okay.
Pick my look. Oh, I'm finding people around the globe. I did find squad. Oh no, what's happening?
Uh-oh, I'm solo. What's happening?
Oh, me too. I'm in Buttersound.
This is perfect for the Instagram though. Okay, I'm in my keyboard, and then what do I do?
I don't know. You just use your little arrows.
I'm trying to use my arrows. Why are my arrows not working?
I don't know, but I'm trying to avoid the butter.
I can't move.
Mad.
I can't move. No. Turns out it's not.
It's butter. There's butter balls being launched at us.
There's definitely butter balls being launched to me. Oh no, it does not like my keyboard input for some reason.
Oh no, I just ran right into the butter. Oh, it didn't seem to matter.
Butter's good for you. Oh yeah, it's moving now. I had to do that click off.
Look at the butter getting tossed.
Okay. The
butter. So many butter balls. I became popcorn. You popped.
Is butter good? Oh no, I got popped. You
popped.
Play again. That's fun. I love when they have full games like this in. There's isn't there an archive of past Google Doodles where you can go in and get the games and stuff like that?
Yes. You can if you actually Google Doodle. I was up to it in It's google.com/doodles or doodles.googles. Google doodles.google. I can almost talk.
That's terrible.
So you can pick up doodles from around the world, wherever. When is your birthday? So you can find out which doodle was on your birthday.
Nice. Let's see what it was on. What were we celebrating on March 25th? There we go. This is nice.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I didn't realize there was a whole little area to play with other ones. Library. You can look stuff up.
You can play. You can explore the interactive doodles as well. You got the popcorn one in there. The Paris games, Valentine's Day. I wonder if they had the old. Remember when Pac-Man took over? Like they Pac-Man the Google.
Oh gosh! And then just you can learn how to create a doodle. How are doodles made? Here's the idea: assembling the team, research, concepts. Testing, lunchtime. and then you can meet their guest artists.
Nice.
It could be you.
So I guess they kind of open this up as I always figured this was one of those 10% projects or something like that, but I guess that's kind of cool that they kind of open that up. But they're doing it such at scale. That makes sense. It feels like there is almost a Google every day, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. The first doodle launched as an out-of-office message of sorts when company founders Larry and Sergey went on vacation. It was 1998 when the first one launched.
They went on vacation and it was like, this is... Wait. So did they have a picture of it? What they did?
No, it's just like little cards. Well, let me see. Let me see if I click on it. Because there's like, if you scroll down the screen on the learning how it's made, it has the story of the doodles. Oh, there's the first doodle. It's a Burning Man festival doodle.
That makes a lot of sense.
We've created more than 5,000 doodles over the decade. Take a trip down over the decades. Bleh. Take a trip down memory lanes below. Really cool.
That's very cool.
Look at that, Google.
I found a WNBA season begins 2024. I like the art on that one.
How long does it take to make a doodle? You tell me. Some take years, some just take a few hours.
Yeah,
you can email doodleproposals@google.com with ideas.
Nice. Google Doodles. That's one thing that's one of the nice things. It's one of those like humanizing things for Google. It's been fun and everything like that. And I think that's what we kind of lost in recent years with them a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was remember April Fools used to be a lot of fun for them? now it's also eye roll because I think everybody's trying to out Google at a certain point.
Yes, and we're all just angry the whole day because it really has to be a good.
It's like, oh my God, come on! The news is useless today. Like, don't read any website, don't believe anything, just move on, kind of situation. But it is what it is. They kind of did it to themselves, I suppose. So, all right. What else we have a complaint.
Oh no!
I got a complaint this weekend that if Chachi says if I ever put a video that's just talking about a calculator in his feed ever again, he's gonna be so mad. We talked about the new calculator in iOS 18, and I think I put out like 2 videos for it. So, listen. And it's not even like a and I love it. Even to make it even worse, Dave had apparently gone. I'll wait for I'll give the Android people a moment to complain, and moved on. So of course Chachi took it personally. So I was just going to share that a little bit. Sorry, Chachi. He doesn't listen to the show, but maybe this will be a clip that I'll tag him in. Yeah. But on that note, one thing I've noticed, and I'm not entirely sure what all goes into it. RCS has been enabled on iOS 18, and we all know that our Android friends. Like, I feel so bad because he's my only regular Android friend, and he's definitely been excluded from conversations because of what it does to the messages. Because we share a lot of media, of course, and it's like, okay. So he sent me a picture of Japan today because there's something about he knows what Japan's about, and keeps telling me he needs to be on a podcast to talk about. He's an expert because he knows what he's seen a map of Japan. I don't know what this is. I'm just going along with the bit right now. But he sent me the image, and I was really impressed on how fine quality it was, because I was like, oh, this is something that SMS is going to kill usually, right? So if you've updated iOS 18, give your Android friends, give your green bubble friends another chance, and see if see if we got to check that group and see if it's like, okay, Katie, we're in a group with our friend on Android. Let's just send a lot of media his way and see if it all looks like crud.
Including a selfie with me and a Hello Kitty.
There you go. And we're like, hey, we're testing RCS. Let us know how this looks, Chachi. There you go. She's literally doing it right now. You know what? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to take another selfie, with you in the background, and and my Dunkin' Donuts cup, and we're just going to go ahead and do this. No, wait. There we go. There you go. And we're going to send that to him. And just testing RCS.
I'm just sending a photo.
No problem. I hope this applies to the group. I'll send him around.
Testing RCS.
So that's when it says text message RCS when I'm on him, and when I'm in the group it says text message. Oh, you guys aren't all updated yet because you're still in 17, so the group's not going to help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then whatever.
Well, we'll retest in a couple of days after you've done that. So,
Remind me. You know I'm terrible at updating anything technology.
yeah, I'll set a
Should
reminder.
not be on a
That's what
pause.
we'll do. We have a work session coming up. Be like, okay, now you're going to update your phone in a safe place. So, and not
You're
in
no
the
fun.
woods. Not in the... Listen, as somebody who was taking Lyft everywhere on one of his early trips, and his phone decided to take a, I had to reinstall the phone from scratch, sitting in my Airbnb in San Diego, and literally couldn't go anything. I was so scared, and then had to reinstall all the apps over, I don't know, 3G at the time. Like, it gets scary out there. This is why I always try to have a secondary device as much as possible, or a modem or something, in case, just in case. Because it's like, if you're relying on the phone and something happens to the phone, what are you going to do? You know, like, I can't call Uber. So, but anyways,
Chachi said, "Welcome." What do you say? Welcome to present day. To the present day. So clear.
Present day. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. But we're almost.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
We're almost there. We'll get you there. Missy's got her new phone. I got the OS at least, and we'll just get you. We'll get you upgraded in the next couple of days. I'm sure things will slow down for you sooner or later.
You're so silly.
I know. Anyways, you got one more link in here, Katie. What's this about?
Sure, I like talking. So a female venture capitalist was teaching kids about startups and women in tech with a new book. It's Lena Mo, CEO, and essentially what this mother was trying to do was she was trying to explain to her kids what you do. What do you do as a venture capitalist? And your kids are like, what do you do? And you're like, I don't know how to explain this. So she thought she was being slick, and she gave kids chia pet seeds and was like trying to show them that how seeds can grow into something amazing. She thought it was great. They did not. But yeah, so it was she decided to create something that explained more of the process of like what it takes to found a startup, but wanted it to be engaging for kids. And so this is where the first book came about. And the kiddo in the book, she is builds a robot to plow snow, but she's like, I can't build a bunch. And her neighbors are all begging her to do it. But they're like, oh, we'll give you money. And so they're all investing. And then she gets to create a team, advertises the robot on the local news, and becomes CEO. So I thought it was very cute.
Nice. I mean, that's kind of what we need right now. Something to, talking more about entrepreneurship, right? In the school age. Because, man, all they talked about for my school was to go to Votech. And I was like, I don't think I want to do that. Versus like school or versus college or something like that. And, but yeah, no, I think that's awesome. So, is this, I see this is Simon Schuster's putting this out too, so awesome. Yeah, definitely needs be a bit more of this.
Yes. But yeah, so she's thinking about expanding the whole universe around this little girl. I love it.
We had somebody, a local Pittsburgh writer who was doing the one about travel. It escapes the name. We talked about it with her on Fishing Without Bait, I believe. Cool. But yeah, one of those kinds of guys. Yeah, that could be a nice series too. Lena, what was her name again? Lena Mo goes on Shark Tank. Could be the next one. Lena Mo goes on.
Perfect.
You can do the entire process. Lena Mo gets her first round funding. Lena Mo said something terrible on TikTok or on Twitter. Go just the whole process. The whole. We got to see where all roads lead. You know what I mean? Teachable moments, if you will. So actually, that's what I want to see, because there's all this hubbub lately about kids in schools having. I have no dog in this fight, obviously, but kids in schools, whether they should have cell phones, be on social media, the supposed social media mental health crisis and things like this. Like, I'd love to see more tools like this also for handling how to be online, like things to, like, there is a lot of, like, it is kind of an evolution of stranger danger, isn't it? Right? To be online, be in a chat room, you don't know who's on the other end, on top of dealing with, hey, this is what it's, being on Instagram does not mean this, everybody else is not prettier than you because they're on here. Everybody else is, it's a whole, it's all, as fake as TV, I suppose. Right. Like those are the kinds of things I'd like to see more of, for sure. Whether it be these book series or anything like that, something that's easily digestible. I don't know if it's being handled on, like, Saturday morning cartoons, like that's a thing right now. You know what I mean, though. Like, they usually have, like, the more educational ones earlier in the day and stuff like that. Like, is Sesame Street handling this? They're usually the most progressive on handling topics.
Seriously.
Through the years, right? I miss. We could so use a Mr. Rogers right now, on so many levels.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be incredible. To be kind.
Yeah, just like that messaging. I think it was a big. I mean, that was a big linchpin to a lot of us growing up. And I would love that figure to tackle today's problems, because it's wild when you look back. And, I think we've all seen the documentary here or the Tom Hanks movie and stuff like that. Like, he handled, like, I think during, like, Vietnam and stuff like that, right? And like hard topics, So I'd like to see, kind of what that would look like in 2024. I guess we have Daniel Tiger, but I am not an avid watcher of Daniel Tiger, but I imagine, it's more of a cartoon. I don't know how deep they're going down some of these topics, or if they're being a little more, surface on it or anything like that. So, but anyways. So I discovered this from our intern today, Katie.
Ooh.
I think I heard about this years ago. Because a lot of people are asking, we work with a lot of people that don't, I don't want to drop $50 a month to be able to do Premiere, or $300 on Final Cut, or anything like that, or who knows how much Avid is these days, or anything like that. Like, that's just not, like, accessible for a lot of people. And obviously there's CapCut is free, or a low pay kind of situation, or something like that. So there are options. Adobe Rush is kind of a cheaper, I think, $10 a month thing still. But again, that still doesn't always fit for everybody. So this was brought up because we were talking about just different editors and things like that for one reason or another. And this is one that I think I remember this as part of when do you remember when Linux Ubuntu became actually kind of like user friendly, kind of, and it was like, oh, we can throw this on old PCs, and that's a whole thing. I think this may have been part of the package. So this is an app program called KDN Live. I think it was originally a Linux based editor, and if you look at it, it looks a lot like Adobe Premiere. And I am a big proponent of, if you understand the basics of a video, a non-linear editor, a video editor program, you could translate that to a lot of different editors. This one seems to relate a lot to Premiere, and it is basically seems to be for every platform. Of course, Linux, Windows, they even have an Apple Silicon version of this, and actually I did install it to kind of poke around with it to see how usable it may be, and just threw in some videos that were sitting on my computer. Had a little bit of wrestling shows and things like that. But yeah, it does seem like mostly a full service. Of course, you get hard into the editing. Eventually, you're probably going to kind of discover limitations and things like that, but it's got the layered editing. It's got pretty decent format in there. You can put your notes in speech editor. You can drop a component in there and stuff like that. So it seems very, very well featured. And again, presumably you could kind of carry your projects over. So if you're looking for something like, I always kind of consider like what's going to happen if I need like a bunch of people to kind of edit on the same project. You need to find something common. I've been looking at DaVinci Resolve, and there is a free version of it, but I don't know at what point you would need to start paying for it for features, right? So this might be a nice alternative to that. They take donations on the website if you are using it. Definitely, please support them if you are using this program. But I think for anybody that's like, oh no, I need to edit a video, it is not easy. I'll put that right off the bat. This is it's a professional grade NLE looking video editor. So take that with a grain of salt. But if you want to kind of push to the next level, then I think this is worthwhile. So again, that's KDN Live, KDEN Live basically, and the website for that is kdnlive.org, and you can go check it out from there. So, Katie, I gotta say you're usually doing some light editing, like you're probably like still on the iMovie mode or something, right?
No, CapCut.
CapCut, that's right. Jeez, I'm an idiot. Of course.
No, iMovie's just a clunky.
I think we've all moved on from iMovie by now, right?
I wish it wasn't so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still don't feel that it's intuitive, at least for the way I work.
No. I think it's literally for if you're starting from scratch, Like there was always that argument with Final Cut, like you can figure out Final Cut if you start with iMovie because it uses such a wildly different mode, right? So, but no, I think bringing people into this, and then it's gonna make you more flexible, and if you're continuing video editing or want to up the game or do things a little more interesting. So, if you find you're hitting the head on CapCut, but man, CapCut seems to do a lot. It does a lot for you too, right? But if you're looking to get a little more into it, listen, I always talk about there's a certain AEW wrestler that edited all his videos in Adobe After Effects, which is crazy to me, which is absolutely crazy to me. But man, did he suffer for his art. But it worked out really well for him. So now you can definitely afford that Adobe After Effects subscription. And that's, no, I'm not going to go on that rant again. Well, this guy went and got After Effects, and then people won't pay $5 for an app on the phone to make their videos, make that thing go away in the corner.
Yeah.
Come on, invest in yourself. But that's for a different thing. Oh, man.
I dropped another article in there for you.
Okay.
It is how to watch Meta Connect 2024, how to watch the Metaverse and Generative AI event. This is tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Oh, boy. Generative AI event. Okay. Okay.
It's going to focus on Meta's XR, VR, and AR platforms, Metaverse, and Facebook parents' open source generative AI platform, Llama. Some new hardware.
So hilarious to me. Yeah, Meta's another one that's kind of force feeding you AI right now, isn't it? Because their search is now AI, which is not helpful when you're just looking for a page.
Especially when you're in a hurry and you don't realize that that's what it's searching. I'm like, no, I don't. Here's more. Like the day I was trying to figure out more about the Michigan Ren Fair, and I was like, I'm gonna find the page, and instead it's like the Michigan Ren Fair started at bloop, and I'm like, I didn't want that information. I wanted
that was you.
Page.
I was trying to figure out if it was you or Missy that was just like, no, Meta AI, I don't want you right now. So yeah, and I'm curious about that because I can't imagine them, because their model is not to have you pay for anything with Facebook, right? Like there's hardly anything other than buying Meta hardware that they actually do charge you for that I'm aware of, other than ads. So I think this is going to be a thing that's going to just become part of your Facebook experience and Instagram experience. I mean, it's already in the chat, right? So, versus like LinkedIn wants to give me a trial and I have to go premium if I want to rewrite this post in AI, or I don't know. Google keeps going back and forth, it seems, on my account on whether it wants to give me like a trial to Gemini AI on there, to help with my emails on my workspace account or something. So it's really interesting that. And then ChatGPT, like, I don't know, the app isn't working too great the last couple of days. I keep losing my my sessions.
No.
I wonder if my sessions are getting too long, because I'll have one with the prompts that I want for the TikTok videos, and then keep dropping new scripts in it. And I wonder if I put too much in some of these sessions, and that's why it's going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just been really funky the last few days, and I don't know that. Like sometimes it doesn't connect to the server, but I know they get busy. But sometimes it works on the website, so I don't know how to parse that. I guess. So, I mean, then you're using ChatGPT as well, right?
Yeah, mostly. That's
Yeah.
what I'm spending the most time with.
Yes. Yes.
We're spending time together.
Yep.
The only thing I like about I was gonna say
Getting
the
to
only
know
thing I
each
like
other.
about Facebook's AI. Oh yeah, Facebook's AI with their comments and posts, or I think it's just posts right now, where underneath it will be like help with grammar, sound more formal. I don't know if you've seen that pop up on the desktop yet.
I have not
That might be
seen
the
that.
only application I'm all in on.
So that's on the desktop version.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what I can do here.
Ooh, do the things.
Doing
Facebook.
the AwesomeCast right now. Come join.
Ooh, I wonder if it's in groups or on pages because I don't
Is that
see
what
it.
it is? Because I'm on my personal and I'm not really seeing it right now.
Ooh, let me see if it's on a page. Switch now to a page.
That makes sense that they would roll out to the business people, and maybe they will. Maybe that'll be like a business suite upgrade or something like that, right? That would probably help with the scalability.
Mm-hmm. La, 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 la. Nope, I don't have a clue. Saw it earlier. Never gonna find it again.
Also, it's inconsistent. You know, it's absolutely inconsistent. So I don't know. It's it's you're gonna get it whether you like it or not, and you're gonna have to deal with it. You know, I mean that's why it's one of the reasons I've kind of rolled over the DuckDuckGo because like Google was kind of bothering me with it, and now I reset everything, so now I have Google everywhere again. So, you know, it's one of those deals. It's one of those deals. So, but
no clue. Saw it earlier. Don't know where it's at now. We'll never find it again.
Absolutely. So, anyways, Katie, at that note, I think we've run through our talking points for this week.
No more talkie.
So now it's
Hello
all
Kitty.
Hello Kitty. So we did start really late since I've having tech problems. There it is. There's the blow up Hello Kitty. That is great. That should just it will never go outside. It's just going to accompany you in your office, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep, pretty much. You're just gonna, I should do that for my call tomorrow. Thank you for saying that.
Not tell anybody, and it's just there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's your weekly catch up call too, isn't it?
It's not. I do have extra office chairs that my cats sit in.
I'm sure it's not going to be the weirdest thing that they've ever seen from your calls. So, nope. All right.
Nope.
KatieDudis.com
Sure. Stuff there.
Is where you can find out what you're up to.
Interneting.
Yes, where you're at and things like that. And social and follow you on the social medias for your travels and your craziness. Whenever you do post up there. So there you go. And at Sorgatron on the social medias myself all over the place. I did post some more stuff from Kid Mental's videos. My mom showed up at the Zypher last week.
Oh,
Kid Mental's having the jam session, and Isaiah Small came in and was doing some really fun stuff. Like set up a whole piano thing and percussion kind of thing over here, and they jammed for a good 2 or 3 hours. It was amazing. The stream is up. I think we did stream it here on the Facebook for AwesomeCast, and it's over on the Sorgatron media feeds as well. If you want to go back and check that out, it was a lot of fun to see everybody jam. But then my mom shows up, and my mom she does bells and percussion for church. So but yeah, that was a pretty fun thing to see happen there. So but yeah, so go check that out. We'll have another date up here soon, and again, if anybody want to come in, Mana Gaming and Mana Foods catering, we're really awesome, and so you can come play video games, watch the jam session, things like that when we do these nights. So we should be doing another one here in October, and stay tuned for all of that. And also Kid Benel was interviewed over on the Fishing Without Bait podcast. Part 2 of 3 came out today, so check that out too. So all right, awesome. Katie, do you want to hear my Verizon issues on Patreon? Is that our tease?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
I'm going to tell you why
Let's
Disney is amazing. customer service, turns out. Verizon, great when you get to somebody that can actually do something, but that's the problem. We'll find out more on that on the Patreon there at patreon.com/awesomecast. In the meantime, thank you guys, everybody. You have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at Sorgatron.